The year is 2030. The ground is shifting under every industry on the planet. For the team at AMAIA.CLOUD, the world did not just change, it accelerated. Exactly 100 days ago, they launched an audacious mission to bridge the widening gap between human potential and the dawn of AGI. This was not a plan for the distant future. It was a blueprint for right now. They identified 3 critical pillars to dismantle the old way of doing business. The first, the brain of artificial intelligence. The second, the body of autonomous humanoid robots. And the third, the muscle of quantum computing. They saw these technologies not as separate tools, but as a singular force destined to converge. The question they asked on day 1 was simple. How do you build the resilient enterprise of tomorrow? They skipped the boardroom theories. They ignored the safety of traditional models. Instead, they took the concept of augmented mankind abilities and moved it straight into the field. The countdown had begun, and the transition from observation to architecture was already underway. The field was their laboratory. They started with StratAI, walking into a food production facility drowning in inefficiency. Waste was everywhere. They installed robots to take over quality control, stripping away the errors that had plagued the site for years. The result was immediate. A chaotic operation became a streamlined, high-precision machine. They did not stop there. In the real estate sector, they targeted the bottleneck of manual scheduling. They replaced human coordinators with vocal agents that never slept, never missed a call, and never tired. By day 40, Agent AI became the heartbeat of their operations. They deployed these agents for small and medium-sized businesses, effectively ending the era of staff wasting hours on routine inquiries. The transformation was visible in real time. Where employees once spent their days answering repetitive phone calls, they now pivoted to high-value growth. The friction of the old economy was being scrubbed away, replaced by the relentless, quiet efficiency of automated systems. Every hour saved was a testament to the shift. The manual, the mundane, and the repetitive were disappearing, clearing the path for something much larger. The impact moved beyond simple task replacement. In healthcare, researchers needed to make sense of massive, fragmented data sets. The team worked alongside them, turning raw information into operational clarity. Simultaneously, they turned their attention to the industrial landscape. They took aging brownfield sites left behind by the last century and guided partners in gutting the old to build state-of-the-art, quantum-ready data centers. This was not just patching systems. It was a fundamental architectural upgrade. The frontier shifted again with the launch of AcademAI. They stopped lecturing and started building. At HEC Liège, they hosted a 2-day intensive for leaders. These executives did not just listen to theory. They sat at terminals and built their own agents from scratch. The effect was immediate. The participants stopped viewing AI as an external product and started seeing it as a core component of their own design. The shift was absolute. From the sterile halls of research labs to the heavy concrete of industrial sites and the lecture rooms of top universities, the methodology of AMAIA.CLOUD moved into the deepest layers of the economy. The transition from simple automation to systemic, intelligent architecture was complete. The pace of development reached a fever pitch within the Playground AI lab. Innovation ceased to be a closed process. They pushed tools into the wild financial portfolio builders that analyzed markets in milliseconds, and real-time translators that dismantled language barriers across borders. These were not just experiments. They were active, public utilities. But the true peak arrived as the digital began to claim the physical. The team moved with aggressive intent to bridge the final divide. Science fiction had long promised a world of autonomous helpers, but it remained trapped on screens and in literature. That changed now. The team finalized binding distribution agreements with the world's leading manufacturers of humanoid robots. Steel, sensors, and advanced logic systems transitioned from specialized prototypes into the reality of daily life. The implications were absolute. Robots were no longer distant concepts for research facilities. They were becoming active participants in the workplace and the home. The 100-day mark hit like a hammer, signaling the end of the transition period. What was once the domain of impossible engineering had been successfully integrated into the fabric of the modern era. The stage was set, and the tools were finally in the hands of the world. Progress of this magnitude was never a solo act. It was built by a network of minds who refused to accept the limitations of the past. Giorgio Pazzaglia, Gabriel Cagliaro, Bruno Rignanese, Arjun Jayaprakash Chaliat, Yves Collinette, Laurent Kinet, Charles Delhaye, Anne Five, Xavier Gérard, Hamid Faljaoui, Thomas Dermin, Bruno Colmont, Jean-Claude Van den Bosch, Damien Gruson, Jérémy Grasse, and Dominique Desmonts. These experts prove that when professional rigor meets shared passion, the impossible becomes inevitable. They did not just solve problems. They redefined the relationship between human intent and machine capacity. The 100 days behind us are merely the foundation. As we look toward the horizon of the next decade, the path is clear. AMAIA.CLOUD stands ready, not as an observer of the transition, but as its primary architect. We are moving beyond the era of adaptation. We are defining the new reality. The world is shifting under our feet, and for the first time, we are the ones guiding the change. The next decade belongs to those who build, and we are just getting started.